Imagine, if you will, a young 12-year-old boy deathly afraid of the unknown, less than willing to uncover what could reside within the unfamiliar, and always bound to miss out on what could have been. From an early age, I grappled with neophobia, an extreme fear of anything new or unfamiliar. This fear not only isolated me, but prevented me from pursuing my dreams and discovering my true potential. However, a turning point in my life came when my father introduced me to a poem by Naomi Shihib Nah. In this essay, I'll explore how Naomi Shihib Nah's played a pivotal role in my life, and how her poetry helped me overcome neophobia, find comfort in the unknown, and ultimately made me feel visible and empowered in the world. Oftentimes during my youth, I struggled with getting out of my comfort zone, and commonly found myself forced to participate in activities that I was never interested in. At as early as an age 12, I recognized that the weight that neophobia held within my life. This fear of the unknown was all-encompassing, making me shy away from new experiences, people, and opportunities. My peers and teachers noticed my isolation during various activities and events, which further reinforced my belief that I was different from other students. This mindset kept me in the shadows, constantly fearing the unknown. Like most young boys, basketball is something I love. In 2013, my mother finally agreed to take me to a basketball trial. The level of excitement I held was indescribable, as this was one of my many dreams as a child. I smiled for what felt like a week straight. Her faith was always very high and consistent in me. On the big day, right before we got in the car, she asked me to show her my moves and show her what I had, and I eagerly showed her, and she was teasing me about how good I was. As we pulled into the parking lot, a feeling came over me that I never felt before, and all the excitement that was once there perished before I could even process it. Once we got out the car, it felt impossible to walk into the recreational center. Step by step, it became harder to walk towards what was once my goal and dream. Walking up to that door made my oversized backpack feel like an anchor. I forced the way to my mother as she pulled off, and I went inside only to hide upstairs from all the players and coaches. I could not resist the temptation of hiding from the unknown. It was then that I realized that I had never participated in organized basketball and only played with friends outside of school. At the time, I was completely oblivious to the fact that this would be the beginning of my self-diagnosis, neophobia. This experience marked the beginning of the diagnosis that would persist until my life-changing encounter with Naomi Shihib Nah's poetry. In 2020, my father noticed my reluctance to engage in school activities and decided to intervene. He introduced to me a poem by Naomi Shihib Nah, and the lines read, "There are the shadows drifting across our ceilings the moment before we wake up. What we have to do is live in a way that helps us find them." This indefinitely struck a chord within me. My father explained to me that I need to live in a way in which allows me to chase my dreams rather than hide from them. This revelation sparked a desire for change within me, but I was still hesitant. Little would I know that this poet would change my life forever. Naomi Shihib Nah's poetry can be described as a tapestry woven with threads of self-discovery, empowerment, and the celebration of diverse human experiences. Through her illustrious career as a poet and an essayist, Nah has consistently explored these themes, inviting readers to embark on journeys of introspection and connection. This essay delves into the common themes in Nah's work, highlighting her goals of helping individuals find their true selves and its effect on self-empowerment. Reading more into this amazing poet, Naomi, she is known for poetry that lends a fresh perspective to ordinary events, people, and objects. Nah has said that for her, the primary source of poetry has always been local life. This poetry indefinitely introduced me and continues to introduce fresh perspectives, which challenged me to better myself and those around me. Before taking this class, I was almost blind in terms of the awareness held for literacy importance and the way in which it holds. All it takes is one good author, reader, writer, poet to have a direct effect on you and change the course of your life. Moving on to the middle of my literacy breakthrough narrative, it was time to put this inspiration to fruition. That following year, track and field became that remedy that I needed in order to get over this disabling fear. In the beginning, I was extremely nervous and at times felt like the same little boy in that recreation center that hid the entire trial, tempted to run away from anything that I'd never done before. But what immediately piqued my interest was jumping events, and essentially that became the new dream I wanted to catch. In 2021, I broke through my adolescent self-diagnosis and broke the school record for triple jump. This caused a significant shift in personal growth and not only made me change the way I view myself, but changed my entire approach in this world. Because of my obstacles, I did not allow myself to waste opportunities out of uncertainty and fear. That following year, track and field became the remedy I needed in order to get over this disabling fear. Essentially, this new dream helped me break through my self-diagnosis. This caused a significant shift within the personal growth that not only made me change the way I view myself, but changed my view on my entire purpose within this world. Because of my obstacles, I do not allow myself to waste opportunities out of uncertainty and fear. Opportunity is not a lengthy visitor, is what I will live by now. Will is what I will live by today, tomorrow, and for the rest of my life. Naomi Shihib's idea that most of us think in poems and definitely resonated with me. She makes a great point that we rarely do hear someone say they feel worse after jotting things down. According to her, this writing can be used as a super useful tool, especially in tough times like these. It helps us ground ourselves in the present and start a conversation within all versions of ourselves, learning how to live within ourselves at any given moment. You know, the kid in you, the more mature you, the confused you, the you that makes tons of mistakes. Writing it out, turns out, isn't just about putting words on paper, it's about digging deep into your feelings and experiences. It's like discovering hidden poetry in our thoughts. Poetry has this knack for capturing complex emotions within a few well-chosen words, and it seems like we naturally do that when we write. In times of uncertainty and hardships, the ones we're facing now, writing becomes more just like a hobby. It's a survival tool. It's the way we keep ourselves steady in the middle of life's storms. It's how we find meaning and purpose. And when we write, we're not just having a chat with ourselves. It's like hosting a community meeting with all different versions of ourselves. Our past, our present, and our future selves all come together for a good old-fashioned heart-to-heart. It's a way to understand ourselves better, where we've been, and where we want to go. Opportunity is not a lengthy visitor, is what I will live by today, tomorrow, and for the rest of my life.